Sorry for the in inconvenience. We went beyond 1 hour, so we're just going to wrap up this live session in another 10 minutes. But we still have a few things to discuss. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to have Mazhar once again, and we have both Akshay back, and we have Mazhar. Yep, in getting you two back in. Yes, Akshay, we got so engrossed in our discussion, we went beyond the hour, that is the time limit on
Yes,
Instagram.
yes.
But Akshay, you were mentioning about Doc Rivers and the 76ers.
Yeah. So, like I said, that because Daryl Morey over there is over there, he's going to shake things up. I think it's going to be interesting, given the fact that they let go of the previous head coach Brett Brown. There's any time a coach and a GM change, it means that there's going to be a massive shakeup. This thing hasn't ended at Philly. Daryl Morey is going to. That's his history. He changes things.
You mentioned the Brooklyn Nets, and they have two head coaches in their staff, in Mike D'Antoni and Jacques Vaughn. Mazhar, your pick for the coach who's going to have the best first season?
So for me, I had picked Doc Rivers as well, actually, because for me, like Akshay said, it's not about the coach as such. I'm not a big fan of Doc Rivers. I know Akshay is, but uh, just historically, right? In clutch scenarios, he's always failed. Yes, he has a championship with the Celtics, but even that was not a very comprehensive championship victory in the finals, at least. Uh, but why I think Doc Rivers will be successful is because of the pieces that the 76ers have put together, and obviously credit to Daryl Morey for that. Bringing in Dwight Howard, Danny Green just adds. Firstly, they just are fresh off an NBA championship, so they will be very confident coming in.
I think
Uh,
Seth Curry also joined them. Sorry, Mazur, sorry to interrupt. I
yes,
think
yes,
Seth Curry.
that's
So,
right.
so he's
Yeah.
already got them shooting, and that's why
Yeah,
Daryl Morey is Daryl Morey.
exactly. And honestly, if I was just thinking about it, if at all the James Harden trade has to happen and Daryl Morey goes after him, which means they lose Ben Simmons, of course, that'll be very, very interesting. I think Joel Embiid and Harden, I don't know how that will work with egos, but they'll be a fun team to watch for sure. So let's see how what happens in the next few days.
Before we just wrap this up, I wanted to get both of your opinions on Tyronn Lue. I am not particularly a fan of that guy, but he somehow won with the Cavaliers back in 2016. He's coaching the Clippers now, and the Clippers, I feel it's a make it or break it season for them because they have to at least make it to the finals. That's the least for them. So Tyronn Lue, guys, what do you think of him?
Well, I'm with you on this, Aditya. I'm not a fan of Ty Lue. I think the year that the second year where they lost to Kevin Durant and company, Cavaliers versus Golden State Warriors, or was it year one? I think maybe it was year one of Kevin Durant coming to Golden State. I think they were playing the Celtics in the conference finals, the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I think after one or two games in that series, he made this remark where he said that, the Boston Celtics offense is much more dangerous than the Golden State Warriors offense. And I really was like, what's happening over here? Again, I think Lou is a guy who's capable of perhaps, enforcing more accountability than Doc Rivers did. I think that was the Rivers legacy. He gave everyone too much of a free handle there at the Clippers organization. The same rules weren't applying to all the players, and that was why the chemistry was a problem, as we learned after the Clippers exit from the postseason. So he's likely to bring in some kind of order, but I'm not a Ty Lue fan. I think having LeBron saying good things about you kind of catapulted his value. And yes, he's a former player who knows what it does to survive in the league. Was a role player. but I don't think he may have won a title, but he's not earned his coaching chops like even Doc Rivers with all the criticism he's got. I don't think they're in the same category. I think I would choose Rivers over Lou any day.
Mazhar,
Yeah, I
your
agree with
opinion?
that. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. There's no comparison. At least Doc Rivers historically is a proven coach. His win-loss record speaks for itself. Whatever said and done, even if I may not like him, Ty Lue is firstly, obviously, I think LeBron will praise him because LeBron was practically the coach for the Cavaliers that time
Yeah, yeah.
when they won it. So uh, I don't know how he. I think the problem there is just they have too many egos. So even if Ty Lue manages to, contain all of that, I don't know how much of respect they will have for Lue. So they might still go around doing their own things. And anyway, even if I feel like even if they really have a great season and they do succeed, the Lakers just seem too strong. So
And they lost a really good piece in Montrezl Harrell. Let's not forget that. I mean, they still have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, which are great players to have. I would rather have them on my team than not have them on my team. But they lost Montrezl Harrell to their main opponent. So it's one thing losing a good player and then losing it to your main opponent. I don't think, like I said, the Lakers got better in the offseason. The Clippers, I think, went down a couple of notches in the offseason.
There was a lot of negative reaction to Montrezl Harrell switching sides in LA, especially a particular man by Patrick Beverly. Mazhar had a question for you, Akshay. Mazhar, would you like to go with that, or should I ask him?
sure, I can go for it. So
Yeah.
Akshay, let's say in the future, if there was some player in the near future, if there was some player that you would want your franchise to have to be the person who carries the torch and you build around, who would that player be? Let's say in the next 5 years time frame.
Well, so if it's now we know that the two young stars in a sense, I mean, relative to the likes of Durant and Curry and LeBron, who's probably the elder far patriarch of the league now. So we know that Giannis is now committed to Milwaukee for 5 years, and Anthony Davis has he's going to be in Lakers uniform for whatever period, next 2-3 seasons at least. So you probably have to look at someone even younger than those guys, and those guys are what, 27, 28 now. So I would probably the two names that jump out is of course Luka Doncic. I think the ceiling for him is that he can perhaps go down, and I've said this before, as the greatest international player ever. And we don't need to see this in the context of Doncic versus the previous greatest player, which was Dirk Nowitzki. I think you need to see it in the context of Doncic versus Giannis, because Giannis is probably now going to end up after Nowitzki as the greatest international player of all time. And Doncic, with what he did last season, is already threatening to perhaps even displace Giannis, who's won two back-to-back MVP awards and has a DPOY. So any day Doncic, and then the only other guy I can think of is, who's delivered proportionate to his talent, or perhaps even kicked above that, is Jason Tatum.
I think that Jason Tatum was not even in the discussion between Mazhar and me. Gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up, but before that, we're going to have your predictions for MVP, conference winners, and of course the NBA title. Mazhar, let's start with you. Your MVP, conference winners, East and West, and your title winners.
So MVP for me, I'm gonna have to go with Kevin Durant. I think,
Okay.
yeah, and the reason why I say that is because if Brooklyn do achieve, let's say, the first seed on the Eastern Conference, I don't think there's any way to stop KD from getting that. But I also think that LeBron and AD's minutes will drop again, given it's a shorter season. So it'll just be more impactful for KD in terms of numbers as well. Uh, Eastern Conference, like I said, if I'm backing KD, I have to back Brooklyn to make the first seed on the East. The West is, I think there's no doubt. I mean, okay, wait. Actually, regular season, it could be the Clippers. It could be the Clippers in the
Okay.
regular season. Yeah, but championship is going to the LA. It's not going anywhere else. It's the Lakers for sure. Repeat.
Okay, so Mazhar is backing his favorite team, that is the Lakers, to retain their title. Akshay, your predictions?
Well, I'd again say MVP pick. It has to be a young guy. I think as much as I like Mazhar's pick for Kevin Durant, I think we won't see him playing the kind of minutes that he would have perhaps played, in a pre-injury, Kevin Durant time frame. And I don't think the MVP matters that much to him, given that he's already won it once. I think they'll probably look him to be comfortable over there. So I'd probably go for someone like a Luka Doncic, who I think has massive potential this year to, kind of, especially now with Porzingis already out to begin the season. He can do pretty much what he wants. It's his team. They've already given him the keys over there. So I would say Doncic is my pick for MVP. I'll go with Mazhar with the Brooklyn Nets. I think as good as Giannis is on the Milwaukee team, and they've added Drew Holiday, Miami has represented the East last season with Jimmy Butler, Bam getting that fantastic deal over there. I think like I said, the Brooklyn Nets are ridiculously deep, right? And if Kevin Durant is pre-injury Kevin Durant, I think, I think they are the team that should perhaps emerge out of the East. But again, to agree with Mazhar, I think the Lakers win it all. They come out of the West and they win it all.
I think this is a very good discussion for us Lakers fans. Gentlemen, this was an absolute pleasure talking to you both. I am so thankful to you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed as well. Before we go, Mazhar's All About Sports podcast is dropping their NBA season preview on his YouTube channel, so go check that out. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me today. I hope and I wish all the best to you guys in the future. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Aditya. Thanks, Mazhar.
Thanks, Aditya.
Fun.
Thank you so much,
chatting with you
Akshay.
guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. Looking forward to more.
Yes.
And thank you. I will let you guys go now. Um, Thank you to everyone that saw that. It was a very fruitful discussion with two people who love basketball so much, with me who is starting to grow very, very fond of this sport. For the ones who don't know me, my name is Aditya Keswani. I am the host and producer. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.